Welcome to Father Fish and the Natural Aquarium.
Well, I love my little fish as they swim through their home, drifting through the water where the gentle currents roam. When the sunlight finds them, all their colors start to shine, painting little rainbows in this peaceful aquarium of mine. Oh, my heart goes floating as they wander to and from, through the plants and shadows where the sparkling waters flow. In their tiny world, I find a gentle kind of love, a little piece of heaven shining softly from above. I am happy just to sit and watch my little fish swim as the evening settles and the fading sunlight dim. My heart is full of wonder, peaceful as can be, in their gentle underwater world that's home to them and me.
Hello, fishy friends. I'm back from a bit of an ordeal, in point of fact. Last Friday, was it Friday? It was Friday. Last Friday, I overcame a problem that had been plaguing me for about 6 months. I was in AFib, which has the effect of stealing energy, and it did worse than that. It increased blood pressure and substantially increased body weight through buildup of fluids. So I had a cardiac inversion, reversion, conversion, whatever it is they call it, and got my rhythm back. I got my rhythm back. They kicked up the heart rate to 80 in order to keep it there, to keep it back and keep the AFib at bay. And I'm feeling a whole lot better. Working on getting my mojo back. I was a lot more beat down than I thought I was. I know I had been not feeling well and kind of lost focus and lost any sense of excitement or real energy. But I didn't realize, I guess, how 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 far down I had gone, because I'm way back from where I was and looking to get a whole lot better, looking to get a whole lot stronger, and looking to be able to come back and do what needs to be done right now. There's an awful lot that needs to be done right now with our business, with our book, with the Discord and the Patreon servers, with YouTube too, for that matter, plus all of the other stuff we're involved in. It's just kind of remarkable that we're so active and involved in so many different things with so many different people on our team. And I haven't been nearly as good as I've needed to be. So I'm looking to come on a lot stronger, looking to do a lot better, and still looking to find that approach to what we're really all about here that is going to make a difference. I think everything we're doing, frankly, is going to make a difference. I think particularly with the book out, we're in a position to be much stronger and have a much better story than we have. Oh, let's see. Let's see what's in the comment section. Adam's here. Greg the Guppy Guy is here. And London boy, Tuesday Chum Chum says, Kimco Super. Gary Faulkner, hello from North Carolina. KG Hood's out. Thumbs up. Is that what that is? No, it's muscle. Like peace and love to all you good humans. Adam. Uh, who says, let's the picnic. Salute Father Fish. Kimco says you're a strong, good timer. You got this. I've had two people say something to me in the last couple of days that no one in my entire life has said, and it just caught me off guard. One of them said, you're the toughest person I know. And it's somebody who's been working with me day after day for the last 5 years. It really caught me off guard. And then someone else, that was last week. Then someone else, no, I guess it was over the weekend. And someone else said to me, what in the world was it? Something along the same lines, saying that they saw me as a very strong person. I have never seen myself that way. Never have. So it's a new kind a new kind of insight into my personality, I guess, that I was never either aware of or thought of myself in terms of. Um, and maybe that's the secret. Maybe it's that I never thought I was, and so I overcompensated. I don't know. Maybe I mean, being strong. There are a lot of ways to be strong. Yeah, you can be strong and be very disagreeable. And I don't normally try to be disagreeable unless I'm with someone who I intensely disagree with. And then I won't try to be disagreeable, but I will disagree. And if that makes me disagreeable, I guess it does. Anyway, fish pulper, Chris, Christo, BG. I rebound fast. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I was exhausted because I had not slept for nearly a week. I couldn't fall asleep. I was like jangled. And then the night after, Friday night, I couldn't sleep at all. I think they give you a drug. It's a knockout drug that's injected intravenously that knocks you out just instantly and brings you back just as instantly. So you go from full consciousness to full unconsciousness in an instant, and then full unconsciousness to full consciousness in an instant. And so when I came back, I didn't realize I had ever been gone. I was sitting there talking to the doctor, and I was still talking to the doctor. I mean, I think, I said that didn't take long. They were acting like it was death. That didn't take long. Seconds, I thought, seconds. And I missed it somehow. I was out 15 minutes. Had no idea at all. Amazing stuff. Oh, Adam is showing his house. He's moving, selling, showing the house. Several people were wowed by the aquarium. Everybody wants it. Well, we can do that. We can arrange that. Yeah, everybody get it. Everybody do one. Christian B. Let's see. 420 says, just got some rosy barbs. They've almost completely annihilated the green hair algae. Should be worried about my plants going forward. Rosy barbs. I don't think so. I don't think so. Barbs are funny things, though. The tiger barb is one of the most nasty, aggressive fish to put in any kind of nano tank. They're unacceptable. And yet the green barb is as gentle as a lamb. So barbs are, not all barbs are equal. Some are very gentle, some are very aggressive. Um, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of rhyme and reason to it. Have fallen in love with the greens, and the iridescent, the blues are wonderful. Um, Rosies, I've had rosies that are a lot bigger, and I think they tend to be a bit more um, kind of a bit more demonstrative, kind of dominant in the aquarium. We got an order of fish in Saturday that in many ways was my dream order. It was wild caught fish from Colombia. And if you know anything about Colombia, that's pretty deep tropical. So I did not buy any discus. I could have bought wild discus. I decided not to do that. But I got a number of things I really was excited about, including Ultim Angels. Now, I didn't get big ones. I could have bought big ones, decided not to. I bought, I guess, are they quarter size? Almost. They're certainly nickel size and a little better. They were not cheap. They were expensive fish. Ultims are expensive. They're hard to get. I bought 20. Um, I thought I was doing real well with my purchase until I got the bill and saw the shipping cost. And I about fell on the floor. Shipping was 2.5 times the cost of the fish. 2.5 times the cost. I'm not going to tell you what I spent, but shipping was 2.5 times more than the cost of the fish. I thought it would be maybe 50% more. Ha. So that's been a bit of a struggle getting that covered. But I got Ultim Angels. I also was able to get some Panda Waru. Now, Waru have been a favorite of mine for many, many years. I don't think I have ever had a panda. The panda is black and white, as you would expect it to be. It's white with black patterning, kind of the reverse of the actual panda. And I got 5 of them, and they look pretty good. I'm impressed and excited about them. The trick with them is to keep them alive, get them grown up, and keep them alive. They tend to be difficult to keep, so we'll see. I've got them in one of my Waru tanks by themselves. There's nothing else in there. I pulled my breeding pair and gave them the best Waru tank I've got. I also bought some red pike cichlids, the Orinoco, the red Orinoco, which is the most stunning of all of the pike cichlids. And these are not little tiny 2-inch guys. These are 6 to 8-inch fish. They're good sized fish. I don't remember how many, at least half a dozen. I think more. I think more like 10. I got a bunch of them. A lot of other things, some big Panax, like 8 to 12-inch Panax, some really nice bigger plecos, snowball plecos, blues, greens, Panax, a lot of really, really cool plecos, and some other things as well. So we'll see how it all goes. The trouble, of course, with buying wild caught fish is they're wild caught fish, and they don't do nearly as well as tank raised or tank bred fish. They're caught in the wild. They're kept in not the best condition while they're being moved from the person who caught them to the jobber to the collector to the wholesaler to the shipper. So they may go through two or three or four hands before they even get to a shipper. And then the shipper has to get them out as quickly as possible before they all die on them. So there were losses, some of which were carelessness in packing, but others were simply to be expected. There were two batches that came through completely DOA, one of which should not have been shipped, and the other was badly packed. So those were really the fault of the shipper and not the fault of shipping itself. Beyond that, there were a few other species that didn't make it. Red barracuda were one that was looking forward to. But we got some um, red pike gar, some needle nose gar that are really quite nice, and they're looking real good. So a lot of extreme oddballs, and a lot of them, nearly 1,000 fish altogether. My losses were about 10%, which I guess on balance isn't horrible. So that slightly increased the price, but I'm trying to sell them by formula to be able to get good prices out. Now we're going to sell two sets, the two or three, two. We're going to sell two sets of Ultim Angels. It'll be three each. And we're going to sell the three for 250 plus shipping overnight. And that'll be at cost. It'll be about $50. So you're going to be able to get a couple of Ultim Angels for $100 each if you are brave enough to handle it. The big red pikes we probably won't ship. They're really too big, and we don't have a shipping plan big enough to handle them. But there are other things we will sell that I think everybody will be pretty excited about. A lot of plecos and a lot of pretty cool plecos. So look forward to new listings in our store. We're gonna really kind of bring the whole thing up to speed and see if we can't get you some really very classy fish. In the process, we're stretching and a little bit straining. We've got a lot of fish in the store, and we just brought a big shipment in. So we're having to move some things around and make some changes and try to do it in a way that doesn't stress the animals we have or stress the new animals coming in. So Bryce has been busy trying to plan the move. We did get two different species of Epistogramma. The McMaster was one, don't remember the other. They're doing extremely well. They're still small. They're about an inch. We need to get them up another half inch to really be able to see their color. But we're going to have some nice, really, really nice Apistos. What else did we get that's really interesting? I don't know, just so much stuff. So many, about 40 different species of fish. Was it 40? 30 anyway, at least 30. A lot of cories and some of the big Brocas cories, the big 2-inch cories. We got a bunch of those, and they're really a very cool cory that we'll be excited to be able to get out. They're doing very well too. All the cories are doing real well. All the plecos are doing well. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to this and looking forward to getting some really quality fish out to folks. Some of these we will want to ship overnight, the big cories for sure. If we do sell any of the big pike, they will have to be shipped overnight. So we'll just see how all this works out, what we're able to get up and what kind of packaging we're going to be able to do. I'm not sure that we got a box big enough. We may need to get some bigger bags and bigger boxes to be able to get some of this larger stuff. So if you order a bigger fish, it may take a little longer to get it out, although I expect if we decide to sell them, we'll put the packing material together to be able to do that. So in any case, that's all something exciting to look forward to. We've made some decisions about sales. We've been doing a lot of sales, once a week sale, and they've been working quite well for us. We just did a BOGO in our medium plant pack, and that always does very well for us. We can't do a BOGO in the big plant pack. It just costs us too much to be able to do that. And the $89 price tag really should be $140. That's how much we've discounted the fish, I mean, the plants that are in it. So it's really a lowball price for what you get. We could probably come off of it a little on sale, but it's not something a lot of people buy because it is expensive and it's bigger plants and frankly nicer plants and a lot of them. But the medium-sized plant bag is really a great collection of plants. It's a remarkable collection. Brenda has just hit a home run with that pack. A lot of very, very interesting and very exciting plants in it. Take a look. The contents are listed in the item, in the description of the item. So you do know what you're going to get. And it's up to you to match it up when you get it. You can look at pictures and be able to figure out exactly what you have received. Oh dear, what else? Matthew is, oh yeah, we're very close now to being able to put our supplement on sale as a wholesale item to pet stores. We've got the labels printed, we have the barcodes, or we have the labels designed, I should say. We have the barcodes. We're trying to decide right now whether we want to do it as a label or whether we want to print bags. I think we're going to do it as a label initially. The bag printing requires a whole lot of equipment that we don't have to be able to seal the bags unless we do Ziploc bags, which we could do. We used to do that. We used to sell it in Ziploc bags. We may yet decide to do it, but I think initially we're going to print out labels and paste them on. We do have a label printer, so that'll simplify things quite a bit. And then we'll just label the bags. We will be introducing this item along with our Cool Flake food. We will be introducing 3 different varieties of Cool Flake food along with the supplement at Aquashella in September up in New York. Meanwhile, we'll be taking orders and we will have someone working the phones pretty much full time building sales. We're going to have to hire a salesperson or get me on the phone hours a day, making calls to local pet shops, promoting these items and trying to encourage local shops to try the items. There is nothing like them on the shelves today. These are brand new products and they're extremely high quality products and they are natural products. They're not something that requires any kind of a high-tech approach. They're something that they're all 3 or 4, something very basic, that simply does what nothing else in the basic food and basic substrate categories are able to do. So I'm hoping we will be able to move that forward. The book is, I think, going to be a help. We will also be promoting the book, which stores will be able to purchase at discount from the publisher. So looking to do that as well. So we're moving forward in a lot of very exciting ways. I think this fall is going to be the point where we'll really hit the ground running. Right now, we're just trying to put all the pieces together. We've got a lot of changes in our operation coming over the next month or two that are going to streamline what we're doing and focus it better. We have a team working on SEO and working on the backyard, the back room, the back door, whatever it's called, in our system to make sure that we are maximized online to the best extent possible. So we're doing a lot of positive things that we hope are going to make a big difference. We're not slowing down. We're doing homework right now, which is why you don't see a whole lot of us and don't see a lot of really exciting videos, because we're doing homework. We're trying to get things nailed down and focused so that we can really hit the ground running. And I think it's going to be the fall. I think probably Aquashella is going to kick that off. We'll do a major promotional while we're there, both online as well as at Aquashella itself, and see if we can raise the level of our business and our program and our industry to where to where it ought to be. So there's all that. 420 Pharma, I fathered fish. Oh yeah, we did that. That was the Rosy Bettas. What else is here? Just subscribed from 5 people today because of how strong you are. You're doing. You made a great fish keeper out of me. I'm closer to 60 to start going live. They really enjoyed my tank. And this is Kimco Super 9. Wonderful. I am very excited about that. There are so many people who have been active with us, either deeply engaged with us or active in supporting the channel, watching our videos faithfully for years, who now are setting up their own channels. And I am and their channels about natural aquariums. And it's just so exciting to see that happening, to see the whole hobby, the industry begin to shift in this most dynamic and most important way, for people to really be getting the message that the way to keep fish is the way nature keeps fish. And that is the way to keep fish, not in some plastic enviro perfect container that's sterile and heartless, that's put together to be something pretty and design specific. That's not a way to keep fish. It's not to say you can't have a beautiful, artistic, and well-designed tank. You certainly can. I'm not a master of that by any stretch, but there are those who are, and we have an entire chapter in our book dedicated to aquascaping by a foremost aquascaper who has produced a remarkable chapter in the book. I'm especially excited about one of our own who has started a new channel. And I don't know if I can find the name. I would have to, let's see, maybe I just signed up to it. And I never remember things like this very well, but I think maybe I can find it easily because it's the most recent one I subscribe to. So if I look under subscriptions, it should be the first one that comes up. Nothing is coming up. Ah, do something. Oh, I'm not signed in. I guess if I get signed in, it'll come up next. I may not be able to sign in. Maybe I can. Let's see. I'm trying to get into YouTube, and this oh dear, a pin. I don't have any pins. No, can't do it. Can't do it. You don't have Julia's web channel, do you? Her YouTube channel. Julia, why don't you post your channel if you're here? I'm sure you are. This is it's an old timers channel, and it's just delightful. So well done, just beautifully done. I know it's something you'll enjoy. We'll get her to post it. And I'm very proud of her and very excited for this new channel. Hey, Christian Guppy. Jacob's here. Hi, Jacob. What are the best, easiest plants? I'll tell you the absolute truth. When you set up your tank the way we suggest, either make your own substrate or you can get it from us, set it up like that, all of the plants are easy plants. Now, the truth is, there are some like Anubias and Cryptocorinne that are slow growers. They're not going to come up quickly, and you may not be able to get them going for the first number of months because that substrate will be very new. Not everything will be collated. There won't be the precise modulation of minerals in the system that some of those plants specifically need at the beginning. But they will be there 3, 6, 9 months down the road. So once your tank is up for a year, everything is easy. You literally will be able to grow anything at all. I should say, with the possible exception of buttes. And while that's true, it's also not true. There's a problem with buttes. And the problem is, in the wild, butte is not an aquatic plant, nor is it a bug plant. It is rather a plant that grows essentially on rocks being splashed by water at waterfalls and breaks in streams. In other words, it is a plant that is in the air, but stays wet. And that's a difficult formula to be able to maintain. Now, there are plenty of people who are able to grow buttes. Most of them, however, are grown immersed. They're grown out of the water. They're misted daily. Buttes are magnificent plants, difficult to grow underwater. It can be done. It takes a lot of care and it takes a well-established tank. Other than that, there isn't much that you can't grow in a deep substrate system easily, comfortably, without any real stress. Jungle Val is super simple. Corkscrew is simple, super simple. Amazon swords are. Most of the swords are. Any of the stem plants are. Virtually all of them. Some of the stem plants or some plants that are sold as stem plants are really bog plants. They're plants that need to get out of the water. They struggle to get out of the water. Once they are out of the water, they explode in growth. They are bog plants. They are really not aquatic plants. And again, there are plenty of Well, I shouldn't say plenty. There are some. Some of the larger leaf plants, stem plants or stem type plants are actually bog plants. And they will grow in the tank, but their growth is going to be in one direction and it's going to be to break the surface. And once they do, they just explode in growth. We put them outside in their tubs, and within a week, they're up and out of the water and just growing like weeds, which makes them good for bog type situations, tanks where you want to have plants growing out of the water, but not good for the average aquarium. Just something you need to be aware of and not to worry about when it begins to happen because it's not your fault. It's the nature of the beast. Let's say Trisha, I am so bummed. Oh dear. My electric blue rams ate their babies little over 3 weeks ago. A little over 3 weeks. They were great parents. Next time this fall, I'll pull them. You may need to pull them before that. Brenda is standing here about to read me something.
Megan wanted me to let you know to stop hitting the table because you're shaking the camera. She's trying to get content.
You know what I was doing? I wasn't shaking. I've got a mint here. I was. Oh, maybe I was. I
Every
might
time
have been.
you hit the
If I
table,
touch the table, it shakes it. Somebody else complained to me about that as well. I will not touch the table much. I have to when I'm using the mouse. Well, no, I don't. Actually, I can put the mouse. I've got a bench alongside me. I will move the mouse onto the bench. So I won't even touch the table to use the mouse. How's that? Happy now? Tricia, I'm frankly impressed that your Rams kept the babies for 2 weeks. My experience with the German blue ram is that once they're up and swimming, they get eaten the same day, the same hour, the same first 5 minutes. I mean, they're gone instantly. They're fine as wigglers. The adults care for them, but once they're up and start swimming, in the second or third day, they disappear. So I've been recommending for some time that you pull the eggs or let them hatch, and then if you're on top of it, wait until they're up swimming and pull the parents out, particularly if you've got them in a tank that has a food web. And it's really important to do that because that provides that natural food that these babies need as their first meal. So do that if you can. Raise them up, put the parents in a food web tank that has a lot of paramecium and rotifer and all of the other little tiny bugs so that those babies will have food to eat as soon as they begin swimming around and looking for food. And they'd be quick to pull the adults out. If those blues are keeping their babies, I would leave them in there at least until the babies are free swimming. And then you can pull the parents or whatever you need to do. But if they're getting them up off the bottom and keeping them for a while, don't take the eggs out right away because they do a better job of hatching the eggs than you can. They will pull off the dead eggs, which prevents other eggs from being infected. So they do provide an important resource for that nesting process that you're not going to be able to duplicate. But congratulations, that's exciting. That's really, really very good news. And it'll be wonderful to see a tank full of these magnificent blue rams. And I want to be the first to buy your first batch of babies when you're ready to sell them off. So you just keep us posted. We'll send you the shipping and we'll pay you a good price for them. Let's see. Love those angels. Oh, these They don't look like Ultims yet. I mean, the barring is right. They're two bar angels. You don't have the pointiness yet. They're still a little too small, but that's going to come on rather rapidly. Within another few weeks, I think we'll begin seeing the pointing, where the dorsal and ventral fins and will begin stretching out and and pointing. The nose will begin pointing, and what's it? It angles up. The nose angles up. They're a very slender, very narrow, very flat kind of angular fish. Really a remarkably beautiful fish, and they get quite large. They get the average adult ultim is easily a foot, and they've been known to get larger even than that. They are not a simple fish to keep alive. Most people are not able to keep them long term. They're a challenging fish. The same as these pandawaros are a very challenging fish. So we've taken on that challenge, and we're doing it to prove the value, or I should say, to discern the value of our natural system as a means of being able to maintain difficult fish long term. So we're not looking to sell all these fish. We will sell a few. I will probably sell, we have 5 Pandawaru. I will probably sell 2. I will not sell more than that. And I may not sell any because I'm much more concerned about trying to get them up big enough to be able to spawn. I've had some success spawning Waru. I have lots of babies here in the store, and I'm excited about and looking forward to do that. So there's that. Sagittarius, simple plant to raise. Absolutely. Let's see who else is here. Adam is saying, I'm on page 64 of the Natural Aquarium book. Would you mind discussing the value of adding dried leaves briefly? Absolutely. Adam is one of a number of people who have created natural aquariums around the world, whose pictures of their tank we have published in our book with credit to the owner of the tank. And we're very proud, very excited to be able to do that, and with their full knowledge and approval. So we got approval for all of these before we did it. It didn't come as a surprise to anybody, but the quality of the photography and frankly the quality of the book is unparalleled. It is by any standard a remarkable, remarkable book, and it's something I know you're going to thoroughly enjoy. It starts off easy. It starts off with the simple approach of how to create a natural aquarium, why to create it, and what the basic components are. And it does that in very simple steps in the first chapter of the book, which has a number of subsections in it that go through all of those steps. It's all highly illustrated. Everything is highly illustrated with lots of graphs, charts, and photographs. We even have some links to videos along the way. And we will be doing more of that. So it's, and then it gets deeper and richer and stronger as you get into it. There is an entire chapter devoted to tree leaves, 10 different kinds of common trees in in the strata that includes Europe, northern India, um, the 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 I guess eastern western China for what that's worth, northern China, Japan, the um, central countries that are above the tropical line, um, North America. Now that also includes South America at equidistant below the equator. We think of South America as equatorial. Only part of it is. It gets real cold the further south you go, to the point where the southern tip of South America is comparable to Canada. It's cold up there and it's cold down there. They're within a few hundred miles of Antarctica, for heaven's sake. It's really cold. So there are large sections of Brazil, for example, and point south, well south, that are temperate regions, the same as we're a temperate region. So the leaves are temperate trees, which is where the bulk of the hobby, at least the English speaking hobby, is located. These trees are among the most common and most popular of the trees. We had to limit it from the 100 or so we looked at, and we've done, Tommy Denda put that together over a period of many, many months. I think actually about a year he worked on that chapter, and it's really pretty remarkable and goes into excruciating detail about the minerals that are available in each of these different kinds of leaves. So that's part of the story. But the most important part of the story was told by some research that was done in the Amazon back in the early part of this century, around 25 to 2010, when researchers studied the impact of leaves in the Amazon basin and specifically in the Amazon River and its tributaries. What they found is that leaves are fundamental to the food web. They are the basic food in the entire food web of the Amazon, and by extension of every other body of fresh water that exists in regions that have trees. There are freshwater rivers well to the north that are frozen much of the year that just don't count in that respect. But most of Canada and most of Alaska are very arboreal. There are vast, complex forests all over those nations, all over Canada, and all over the state of Alaska that are supporting the river systems running through their territory, as is the case here in the States, all over Europe and Africa, South America. Everywhere there are rivers, where there are trees, it is the trees, the leaves of the trees, that are the foundation of the living system in those bodies of water. How is that true? They feed the microfauna and the macrofauna. They feed snails. They feed crustacea, shrimp, crabs. They feed the tiniest shrimp. They feed macros like aphids and like Daphnia. They feed microfauna, the tiniest microfauna, that break it down and break it down and break down those leaves and then the bacteria breaks them down even further. The archaea breaks that down even further to the point where it is reduced to its natural component, which is the complex minerals that have been developed by that plant, that that new plants, or in many cases, those same plants are able to take back up again. It is said that the plants, the trees in the Amazon, survive on their own leaves. They take up virtually all of the nutrients that are put down through the canopy into the soil, depleting that soil and enriching it, depleting it and enriching it on a continuous basis. That's the impact of leaves in the nature system. When a leaf falls off of a tree, it is keeping the nature system alive. It is critical that leaves fall. It is critical that the leaves on your plants die. It's critical to the leaves, to the plant, that the leaves die. Leaves, leaves are very, very, very hard-working components of the plant, so much so that they tear themselves up and exhaust themselves in the process of light coming in, of all of that chlorophyll being developed, of, of just the constant process of being beaten down by the weather, beaten down by water flowing, by animals and insects chewing on them. The leaves have a relatively short shelf life. What they do provide the nutrient, the basic nutrients to the plant, and then while they're living, they provide oxygenation to the environment. They literally provide oxygen. Without plants, there is no oxygen. Animals cannot survive. Without plants in an aquarium, not only, well, the oxygen is exchanged at the surface. It's a little different with water. But what the plants do is take up all of the ammonia, which converts to nitrites, and that to nitrates, and they take that ammonia up directly before it even becomes nitrites. They're being fed, literally fed, by the waste of the fish. So fish are critical to plants being able to live, and plants are critical to fish being able to live. We live in an inextricable nature system that cannot be broken. And if there is any attempt to break it, one or the other or all die. That is why it is impossible to keep fish alive naturally and long term with real stability and real health in a sterile, bare environment. That is so unnatural that it is almost impossible to sustain it without dangerous pathogens coming into it and attacking the fish. And dumping chemicals in it to control them is no better. It does not help the system at all. It simply provides one more stress factor for the fish to suffer from. I implore you, do not try to keep big fish in bare tanks. You are doing the fish no favor. You are killing them. You are putting them in a death sentence. You are giving them a death sentence. You're putting them in a system in which they simply cannot survive. You may be very hardworking. You may be very industrious. You may go in there and change 50% of that water every single week, year after year after year after year, and keep them going 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. By the 11th year or the 20th year, you're going to miss and they're going to die. Don't do it. You don't need to. You do not need to put your fish through that kind of synthetic, artificial, unnatural environment when you can very simply have a basic natural environment that will provide health for the animals. It will provide the nurturing that they need in order to be able to be happy, to be successful, to survive without you having your hands and your effort and your muscle and your sweat and your worry and your stress beating up on that tank every day of their lives. Knock it off. You don't need to do it. Get the message. Figure it out. And those of you who want to say, well, there are lots of ways of keeping fish. Well, of course there are. Of course there are. There are lots of very good ways of keeping fish. There are lots more very bad ways of keeping fish. And one of them is to treat your tank as though your fish are absolutely dependent upon you and only you to do what only you can do in order to keep them alive. That's like having prisoners in a jail who cannot feed themselves, who have to be fed. And what happens when the feeders aren't there to feed them or to clean their quarters? They suffer. You are condemning your fish to a lifetime of suffering at the hands of your willingness and your ability to take exceptional measures in order to keep them alive. I am so gratified that most, if not all, of the major fish keepers on YouTube have figured that out, have come to their senses, and realize they really can establish a healthy environment for their fish that doesn't require their hands-on control and domination every day of the week. It is magnificent to see that happen. And I'm not going to name names. You all know who I'm talking about. And it ain't one or two, it's virtually everyone. Virtually everyone. I will die a happy man knowing just that. But I'm not ready yet. And I just got fixed, so I'm getting raring to go again. So hang in there. We're going to start having a lot of fun. Let me see if there's anything else to talk about here before we take a run. Got Adam's comment. Hire me, Father Fish. I don't mind doing this stuff. Come down and work for you to make the dream come true. Well, I'm going to need salespeople, and I can pay commissions. Don't forget to hit the like button. You betcha. Thank you, Fish Family. Love you to pieces. Good to see you, Christian. Oh, I can just about read this. I broke my glasses frame this week. Massive win. Looking well, nice color, energetic. I'm feeling a lot better. A lot better. Yeah. Next time I get ABF AFib, I'm gonna get it burned out of me. I'm just gonna do it. It's a good, safe operation. No reason not to do it. Make a $99 package deal of supplement soil and a copy of the new book. We could do that. We could do that. We could do a medium. We could do a medium dirt in a book. We could do a small dirt in a book. Let me work on that. Not a bad idea. Might be able to do something with that. 99 bucks. I'd like to get a bunch of $99 sales. That would be good. Camera is super wiggly. Yeah, that's me. Let's see. Join channel as a member. Scrolling down. there. Oh no, I'm not going to get to everything. That's why it fails, lasts longer, and naturally healthy. Longevity, da 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 da. All this how to keep fish alive, keep them alive, not dead. Sign of failure is those who refuses because it's old ways, like the stores. Yeah, yeah, I know. We all know who we're talking about. There is a holdout, and he's a major holdout, and he just doesn't get it and doesn't want to get it. Just wait till he starts. Well, never mind. Never mind. Yeah. All right. We're done. Doing the best. Promise you that. Thank you. Love you guys. Love you all. Let's see if we can play a little tune here. Let's go out with a song. Go out with a song. I got one. I got one right here, I think. Got one right here. Here we go. Going out with a song. They're gonna play. Is that the song? That must not be it. Where's the song? I thought that was it. What's that say? That ain't it. Is that it? That ain't it. Where is it? I don't think that's it. I think it's gone. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, there it is. I got it. Here we go. I got the red new song. Batteries running away. Thought it was plugged in.
I love my little fishy as they swim about their own. When the sunlight shines upon them,
Up and down, and the colors begin to glow, and drawn into a world what wants to go. I love my little fishes, swim about their home,
I love my little fishy as they swim about
swim
their
about their
own.
home.
Their fins are flashing, scales are gleaming, silent stories gently streaming in their water world so serene. A peaceful heaven, a tranquil scene. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishy as they swim about their own. Little bubbles rising slow, a gentle current to and from. My heart finds solace in their grace, a smile upon my weary face. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishy as they swim about their own. Swim on, my little fishy, swim on, your beauty bright until the dawn.
Bye bye, all. Love you all. Bye for now.